What's poppin', Trey TV gang? It's your boy Trey TV.
And it's your boy Lamar Wilson.
And we back at you with another reaction with this one. We got the Z Beyonce Conspiracies explained. There's been a lot of conspiracies coming out recently. We don't know why they coming out or where they coming from. We know Cat Williams mentioned Diddy name. We know Cat Williams mentioned a couple people, TD Jakes, but he never mentioned Jay-Z or Beyonce. So people are wondering where this is coming from. Hopefully this video help to see where this stuff is coming from.
It seems like it's coming from nowhere, but like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When you hit a certain level, some people always going to be talking. So
yeah.
Can't wait to hear what they're talking about.
That's a good point. Can't wait to see what they're talking about either. Before we get into the video, then subscribe, like, and leave a comment. Make sure you do that. Help that channel out a lot. Without further ado, let's get straight into this video. Cheat. Get the yayo.
Get the yayo.
Jay-Z and Beyonce have been one of the most iconic couples in Hollywood over the past couple of decades.
Facts.
For a long time, the majority of fans have loved them and aspired to have a relationship like theirs. But over the years, many conspiracy theories have followed them as well, especially recently with all of this stuff that has come out against Diddy. However, the dark and disturbing conspiracy theories have followed them ever since their relationship began in 2001.
Right.
After meeting each other in the year 2000, Jay-Z and Beyonce began dating in 2001, when Beyonce was 19 and Jay-Z was 31, which was already a little strange right off the bat. Regardless,
I don't know how young I was, but Beyonce seemed super grown to me at the time. It's hard to believe that she was only 19 by all the stuff she had accomplished in my eyes by this time they got together.
That's crazy when you look back at the timestamps.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Both of them were already fairly successful as artists. Jay-Z had multiple successful albums out, had hit the Billboard charts a few times, and had also worked with artists like Mariah Carey, Biggie, and Kanye. He also created his record label,
I was about to say you like nigga at a pair of them.
I had a pair. I did.
I could tell. Oh, what's up, Dame?
Rockefeller Records. Around the same time, Beyonce was coming up with Destiny's Child, and they also had their fair share of chart-topping hits. And despite the crazy amount of success that they already had, as I'm sure most of you guys know, they went on to become some of the biggest artists ever. With Jay-Z becoming a huge music mogul, aside from his personal success as an artist, I mean, Jay-Z's been called the greatest rapper of all time by multiple publications, and Beyonce has been named one of the greatest vocalists and entertainers of all time as well. So these two were destined to become a power couple, and that's exactly what they became. The two have collaborated on multiple songs over the years, which helped both of their careers. Jay-Z has released iconic albums like The Blueprint and 444. He's also had many.
That's what a relationship's about. I help you, you help me. I scratch your back, you scratch mine. Not this is just a one-way.
I'll do everything on my dime and my dime. Nah,
okay, that's what people looking for.
And they generating the bag together.
Yeah, facts. Big bag.
It's crazy.
No sense.
Successful business ventures over the years, with his companies like Rockaware and the 4040 Club, along with his acquisition of Tidal. On top of that, Rockefeller has helped to produce artists like Kanye, Cameron, Beanie Siegel, Jadakiss, and more. Because of all of
that's how you know he's not from the culture. He didn't even say Cameron name.
He said Cameron.
Like, you know what I mean? Just by that right there, he let you know that I be looking at the culture from a distance, but I'm not really a part of the culture like that.
He probably don't say Tupac. He say Tupac.
Facts.
Produce artists like Kanye, Cameron, Beanie Siegel, Jadakiss, and more. Because of all of this, Jay-Z became hip-hop's first billionaire, and most recently has an estimated net worth of $2.5 billion. He's one of the best-selling artists of all time and has won 24 Grammys. On the flip side, Beyonce has put out tons of extremely successful albums and is the only woman in history to have 20 top 10 songs as a solo artist and 10 as a member of a group. She, like Jay-Z, is also one of the best-selling artists of all time, selling over 200 million copies, and she's also won 32 Grammys. Jay-Z and Beyonce got married in 2008. Their first child was born in 2012, and they had twins in 2017. Because of their immense success and their success stories and all of that, their relationship has been coveted by the public for quite a while. It's clear that they were a power couple, as they were two of the most successful artists and business people of all time when it came to Hollywood. And when you are this powerful and successful, you are bound to have some conspiracy theories following you around. Here's one of the main theories was that Jay-Z and Beyonce were members of the Illuminati. This theory, of course, was supported by very shaky evidence, at least at its inception. For example, one of the main reasons was that Jay-Z and Beyonce would throw up a triangle symbol, which, if you remember, a decade ago was heavily associated with the Illuminati and the all-seeing eye. I mean, back in middle school, I remember every meme was like Illuminati confirmed with the X-Files music and the triangle in the background. In reality, though, this hand sign is supposed to be a diamond that references his label Rockefeller, because a diamond is a rock rock, if you know what I
Diamonds
mean.
are
So a lot of people just
forever.
call it throwing up the rock. Regardless, Jay and Beyonce throwing this up has raised eyes from theorists, especially when Beyonce threw that up during her Super Bowl performance in
her
2013.
husband.
On top of
Right.
that, some of their imagery in their music videos has also garnered some attention. For example, in the music video for Jay-Z's song On to the Next One, there's
On to the
imagery
next
like
one.
crucifixes
On to the
and
next
skulls
one.
that resemble Baphomet, which many people think is referencing the Illuminati. Or
I like remember around like this time. This is when hip hop and heavy metal was kind of like emerging into the same lanes. There was a lot of hip hop. I think even at this time, Lil Wayne started to do rock and roll. So like this type of visuals or imagery is more like a rock and roll thing. The same like it was being brought into the game at the same time as rock and roll
Yeah, it
was
was
being.
considered pretty dark for hip hop.
Yeah, facts.
But it was different and
Yeah.
eye catching at the time.
yeah, definitely.
Jay-Z selling his soul to the devil, and Beyonce has also been suspected of this stuff for similar reasons. For example, some people believe that playing her song Single Ladies backwards reveals a bunch of meanings like the world will bow to me, people's tears will fall. I mean, some of the comments on this video just go to show.
It's like who got the free time to just run through Beyonce, especially Single Ladies? Like, what made you sing Single Ladies and be like, yo, I'm gonna play this song backwards? It's kind of crazy to think about.
Yeah, let me hear what's going on behind the music.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And you know, it's like, yo, when you do something like this, you don't just do it one song. You had to go through a whole
Yeah, she went
catalog.
through a chunk of that catalog to even find this.
This is wild.
How many crazy things people were thinking. And I'm going to interject my opinion here real quick. When you play a song backwards and someone tells you what to hear, you're probably going to hear that thing. That's just how your brain works, and it's kind of like the whole Yanny and Laurel thing. So that's not good evidence at all. Regardless, for this and her other
Yeezy.
imagery, people thought she too was in the Illuminati.
party.
On top of all of that stuff, a lot of people point to this clip of Kanye calling out Jay-Z, asking Jay not to kill him, and instead asking Jay to call him.
I've been sitting here to give y'all my truth, even at the risk of my own life, even at the risk of my own success, my own career. I've been sitting here to give y'all the truth.
Wow.
Jay-Z, call me, bro. You
Call
said
me,
they
bro.
called me. Jay-Z, call me. Hey, bro. Jay-Z, I know you got killers. Please don't send them at my head. Just call me.
Just call
Talk
me,
to
bro.
like a man.
This clip was taken from Kanye's
I know you.
Yo, that is the best way to get somebody not to call you.
Yeah. I don't have anything to say to you, bro. Like,
I wasn't calling you before, and you think that's all of a sudden it's gonna make me call you. And it was crazy because when he had the music on, you see all the people partying, but when he was talking, everybody just looking at like, yo, bro, turn the music back on. I did not pay money to sit and listen to
the
you
whole building just
and
froze.
Jay-Z problems.
This is wild.
notorious St. Pablo tour, where he said a lot of other crazy and controversial
That stage
things,
is
all of
crazy.
which led to him canceling multiple shows and going to a mental health hospital. Kanye has since claimed that they, or a group of elites, possibly involved with Jay-Z, have had him medicated under the guise of bipolar disorder to keep him quiet. And to be entirely fair to this part of the theory, the text messages from Kanye's trainer are definitely
Yeah, and them text messages was crazy when I think he put them out on Instagram. When he was telling you about what was going on. Here, a guy, a trainer. You're my trainer. I'm worth $1 billion at this point, and you're telling me you're gonna send me to zombie land forever.
Oh, yeah.
Play date with the kids just won't be the
It
same.
won't be the same.
You had to send that through a text. Could you imagine somebody saying that to your face?
Yeah.
What you probably would did to him.
I went upside their head.
It would be crazy.
Upside their head.
Crazy, crazy, crazy.
very strange. And this wasn't the last time that Kanye had
Threatening to
spoken
get
on
me
Z
committed.
Diddy,
You got
and
me
more
messed
recently
up.
he talked about the elites controlling him.
They can control Shaq. They can control Charles Barkley. They can control LeBron James.
It's the whole NBA.
They can control Jay-Z and Beyonce.
But not you, man.
But they can't control me.
Not
You see, it
you.
ain't no name out.
Look at his driver. His driver ain't making no eye contact here.
He's invisible right
You
now.
see, like he's invisible. I don't want nothing to do with this. You are naming some real powerful people, and I don't want no problems with these people. I'm just trying to make a living.
Yeah, I'm just driving you
You
around.
feel what I'm saying? That's it.
Won't name. It's up.
But we're getting ahead of ourselves, because Kanye's comments really fueled these conspiracy theories about Jay-Z back in 2016. It got to the point where both Jay-Z and Beyonce commented on the Illuminati stuff, with Jay-Z saying on the song Freemason, "I said that I was amazing, not that I'm a Mason." He also said, "Am I down with the devil cause my roof come up missing? Is that Lucifer juice in that 2-cup he's sipping?" Basically, he was saying that people were pinning his success on his ties to a group like the Illuminati, or suggesting that he sold his soul to the devil. and clearly he doesn't agree with this stuff. Beyonce also said in one of her songs, "Y'all haters corny with that Illuminati mess." Regardless, these theories of Jay-Z and Beyonce belonging to a group of shady elites have evolved even further today, with many people suggesting that they were up to even darker practices, more so than just putting weird symbols in their music videos. Which brings us back to the beginning of their relationship in 2001. At this point in the video, I do want to say a lot of this stuff I'm going to be talking about is just conspiracy theories and the stuff I have talked about. There really isn't much solid proof for a lot of what I'm going to say, and I'm saying this because a lot of the things they're accused of are extremely serious, and I don't want to be the guy who just levies random accusations with no basis. And I'm not telling you guys what to think. I'm not saying that none of this is true or none of it isn't true, but I just want to give you guys the actual facts so that you can make your own decisions and conclusions. You'll see why I'm saying this here in a second. And this is because one of the main theories lately that's being suggested about Beyonce is that she's some sort of evil mastermind who wants to control and dominate the female music industry. At least that's kind of what people seem to be getting at, so let me explain. Back when people were accusing the couple of being members of the Illuminati, they also made darker assumptions that Beyonce was linked to the death of the rising singer Aaliyah. Rolling Stone said, "The far reaches of the internet even linked Beyonce's rise to fame with R&B singer Aaliyah's untimely death in 2001, with theorists claiming that Aaliyah was killed because she had tried to get out from under the Illuminati's control." According to that narrative, Aaliyah was meant to be the rightful queen of the music industry, but after her death, Beyonce stepped in to take her place. And
it's like, yo, when someone leaves, someone is going to fill the space.
You gotta fill that void.
When Jordan left, Kobe filled it, and Kobe left, and LeBron filled it, and then when LeBron leaves, someone else is gonna fill it. It looking like Ant-Man, Anthony Edwards.
It's starting to look like,
but it's definitely gonna be filled.
It's gonna be filled. Nobody just leaves a void there. Somebody's gonna take that place. Because when somebody leaves from the spotlight, somebody gonna step into it.
Yeah.
And this is the thing about these theories, sometimes they include like the Illuminati, sometimes they don't, sometimes it's just like the shady elites, and I think in general they're interchangeable. Theorists have also pointed to J. Cole's song She Knows from 2013 when he referenced Beyonce, Aaliyah, and Left Eye, one of the members of TLC who tragically passed away in a car crash in 2002. And while the mention doesn't have any direct correlation to the theory on the song, people often point out how both Aaliyah and Left Eye, supposed competitors of Beyonce around that time, passed away in 2001.
I could see Aaliyah being a competitor. I don't see Left Eye being a competitor. She was a rapper. TLC wasn't putting out music around this time.
Yeah, they was quiet for a moment.
Yeah, I think that's when like T-Boz was like dating Mac 10 or something. Like she was married.
They weren't even thinking about making no music right now.
I think Chili was with Usher.
At that point in time, we was wondering if we was gonna get music from him ever again.
Did we ever get music from him again after that?
I don't believe so.
I don't think so either. It's crazy.
In 2002, respectively. This idea that Beyonce was now queen of the music industry has resurfaced recently with all of the P. Diddy stuff that's coming out, thanks to people like Cat Williams and Jaguar Wright, who are claiming that a lot of industry secrets are going to be exposed.
All of these big deviants is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is. TG Jakes, any of them. All lies will be exposed. That's all.
With this idea in mind, a lot of people...
It's like with all these type of videos, everyone, all years, has been going back to the Cat Williams interview. It seemed like it sparked something, and now everyone's always talking about this interview whenever it's information coming out about the industry.
Yeah, because that interview had so many different sides that he showed. Yeah. From the fearlessness to the courageousness to like, he was put himself on the limb.
Yeah, he definitely did.
And it's funny to think everybody was hyped about watching. So many people watched that interview, but like when it first dropped, there was people who had taken their opinions, and the Cat known for saying some crazy stuff. You know, fast forward two and a half months. Yeah. Now everybody looking at that interview a totally different way.
It's like maybe Cat was on to something.
Yeah, he was on to something.
Facts.
People have been saying that female artists in particular are forced to thank Beyonce when they win awards, typically Grammys, out of fear. It may have something to do with the fact that Beyonce, despite winning 32 Grammys, has yet to win Album of the Year. So people online have been putting together these compilations of artists thanking Beyonce.
The artist of my life is Beyonce, and this album to me.
She got more Grammys than days of the month.
That's crazy. I didn't know she had that many Grammys. But I mean, she's
32 is ridiculous.
That's a crazy number. Like,
it's disrespectful.
You see how we both reacted when we heard number 32, because that's a big number. Like, I know few got more than her.
Yo, somebody said they got 5 Grammys they cooking.
Yeah. Facts.
You said 32.
You doing your thing.
Adore you. You are our light.
Beyonce had one of the best videos of all time. One of the best videos of all time.
Beyonce. Beyonce, woo! Thank you so much. You clearly are the artist of our lives.
Wow.
Thank you, Beyonce. You're amazing. Yeah.
The fact that Beyonce made a country record changed the game.
Beyonce and I started out around the same time, and just like all of her fans, I fell in love with her.
Again, these theories so far don't hold.
It's like, put everything in proper perspective. Beyonce been in the game 25 years. You feel what I'm saying? So there's gonna be a lot of clips of people thanking her in a certain type of way just because she's been in the industry that long. So I don't look at the way they looking. I actually thought it'd be more people congratulating her on stage because she's been a part of our lives since I can remember. She's been at the top of the game, giving us good music consistently year after year after year
after year.
When she was in a group with Destiny Child, and then when she got on her own, it didn't stop. It just continued to go.
It's like a hurricane. You know?
Right.
It's coming at you full force.
Yeah, it's like, as in our generation, you gotta say she's top R&B artist of our generation.
She's up there.
So
like the period point blank.
So I don't
like it. Depends on your metrics. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? If you going off as just Grammys alone, like you know what I'm saying, like
Grammys alone. Yeah, you got a point. So I thought it'd be more than just the 4 or 5 people they showed us.
Yeah, she's a problem.
Yeah.
Much weight and are just speculation, especially because of what people think may happen if the artists don't thank her. For example, there was a tweet posted to Twitter with nearly 600,000 likes from the artist Sia. The tweet reads, "Baby, everything your own nice cat eats, kangaroos dead, nowhere and purple penguins every day, my egg." Which obviously doesn't make any sense.
Yo, this is crazy, and the stuff that people come up with these days.
Yeah, it's like they wrote this one in solitary confinement, man, banging on the wall or something. Like I'm gonna just circle the first letter and every word, and that's the message.
Beyonce. Oh, it's crazy.
But it spells out Beyonce kidnapped me if you take the first letter of each word. To be fair though, this tweet is fake, it was photoshopped, and it became a meme. So far we've just looked.
It's like, that's why today you can't really believe what you see on the internet between Photoshop, between AI. It's just hard to tell what's official
real, what's fake.
and what's fake these days.
Yeah, we ran into that with the reactions.
Yeah, we when the AI reactions first started coming out, and
Yeah.
like we thought it was a real song when we put it out, and people be like, "Yo, that's AI," so we had to start disclaimer and stuff like, "Yo, we don't know if this AI or not, but we about to react to it."
It's crazy.
That conspiracy theories that really don't seem to have any legs to them. But after P. Diddy was recently exposed and indicted, a lot of people have been making much more serious and somewhat grounded accusations against Jay-Z and Beyonce.
People believe that over the years, Jay-Z's connections to R. Kelly and P. Diddy mean that he at the very least knew about some of the stuff they were up to, and possibly was even involved. Especially when lawyers involved in Diddy's case right now are saying things like this.
The day will come when we will name names other than Sean Combs, and there's a lot of names. It's a long list already.
It's a long list.
Of course, I already know who some of these individuals are, but because of the nature of this case, we're going to make damn sure that we're right before we do that.
Better. Shit.
But the names that we're going to name, assuming that our investigators confirm and corroborate what we've been told, are names that will shock you.
That lawyer even went on to say that there would be some eyebrow-raising names, which is why people think Jay-Z is involved. Diddy and Jay-Z...
I don't know why. I heard
what he said. Names that will shock you.
Yeah, eyebrows. Why would you first think of Jay-Z? Like, you know what I'm saying? When I heard that statement, Jay-Z didn't pop in my mind.
Right. I guess they just figured because, you know what I'm saying, when you're talking about people with power with a large bag of money, the figure got to be somebody close to that wealth range, man, for them to be around.
When you on that,
when you look at their pictures and stuff,
when you on that type of level, to the big guys, Jay-Z look broke to them. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To
us, it's like, oh, you get
but
money.
To them,
they're like, what is he doing here?
You know what I'm saying? That's way big. We know Jay-Z now, but it's people that's way bigger than that. On a financial level.
The least of the most money.
You feel me? They just now got $2.5 billion. Some people had that.
Yeah, coming out the womb. For real.
Yeah.
Jay-Z have been friends since the 90s when they were both going up in the music industry. They even collaborated on a track in 1997. On top of that, these two were connected to Aaliyah and R. Kelly, who were married when Aaliyah was only 15. Dame Dash, who co-founded Rockefeller Records with Jay-Z and dated Aaliyah when she was actually of age, said he thought it was morally wrong for Jay-Z to do a collab album with R. Kelly when he did. Dame said, "It's morally wrong to do a project with someone that we know raped my girl or anybody for that matter." He also said Jay-Z tried getting with Aaliyah too.
Because Jay was trying to get at her as well, and I didn't know. And then it got brought up, and I was like, "F for y'all." But it never worked out for them, and we were both like trying to get at her. I like kind of eased up, but then we ran into each other. It's a long story.
You just gotta laugh at Dame, just like that right there. You feel what I'm saying? The way he just doing the whole situation, talking about the whole situation. A lot of people said that was the beginning of the end for Jay-Z and Dame Dash.
Yeah.
It was Aaliyah, and then people are saying on the Change Clothes video, Dame was trying to holler at Beyonce, and that just was the final straw with Jay-Z and Dame.
Yeah, you can't be behind my back trying to smash my jaw.
You feel what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? Or even if I'm just hollering at her, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? There's something there, like, you know what I mean?
Fall back.
Fall back.
It's a big world out here.
Yeah, it's a lot of fish in this sea, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can see how that can run a strain on a relationship,
Yeah.
though, business or personal, because it's like, yo, if I can't trust you, I can't rock with you.
Yeah, it's a lot of fish in the sea. Why do your fishing rod keep ending up in my lake?
Yeah.
You feel me?
It's mad oceans out here.
Choose one.
So you and Jay was both getting at Aaliyah. Obviously,
Everybody was getting at Aaliyah, bro.
Right.
So there undoubtedly was some shady stuff going down in their circle, as both Diddy and R. Kelly were friends with Jay, and it's possible Jay knew some of the stuff that was going down. By 2007, Jay-Z and Diddy had been friends for a while, and at a performance at Screamfest, Diddy could be seen smacking Jay's butt a couple of times. Now, I personally don't think this holds that much weight in these theories like some other people do. Lots of friends tend to joke with each other like this, but to be fair, Diddy has been a little bit liberal in some of his jokes. However,
I know you since college. I never once.
Not one time. Not one time. No good games.
No good games. It's crazy.
50 Cent took this as an opportunity, as he always does, to clown on it too. It's hard to say how good of friends Diddy and Jay-Z are, but they have been seen together hanging out over the years plenty, so it's safe to assume they are at the very least well acquainted. That's why when all of this news began coming out against Diddy lately, people pointed out how quiet Jay-Z was. Also, if you're unaware of what happened with Diddy somehow, I made a whole video on it, so you guys can check that out if you want to. But basically, Diddy was caught trafficking, racketeering, essaying multiple people, and things along those lines. He was indicted and actually has over 100 lawsuits against him. So Jay-Z's silence on this matter has had a lot of people looking at him sideways. 50 Cent even made a
I mean, not really if you know Jay-Z. He always been silent about everything throughout his whole career. The most he'll do is give you a bar or two in a song. We know him and Dame Dash broke up for like 20 years now. He's never said anything about why they broke up, that situation.
He don't dwell on the past.
He just keep it.
He don't even put any light on it.
Yeah, he always seemed like he too big for them to speak about.
Yeah, I got too much going on to be
busy.
worried about the bullshit in the past.
You think I got $2.5 billion for no reason?
Facts.
For entertaining this type of stuff? No, I'm getting busy. While y'all talking about me, I'm busy making money.
Busy making back bread.
Facts.
Joke about it, as he always does, on his Instagram saying, "Anybody seen Jay?" Puff said he ain't gonna answer his phone. He's commented more in interviews saying that people who aren't talking about it are probably scared because they were involved.
You have something huge coming up, which is a documentary about P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, P. Diddy.
Yeah.
Did he do it, right? I know
He did it.
you've been heavy on social media talking about it.
He did it. And I'm the only one who's been vocal about this long before it actually.
Oh, you've been saying this for a long time now. And then no one was, they're just, why is he saying this? And now it's coming out like crazy. I mean,
But I also
people thought this was liquor wars. People thought that 50 Cent was saying stuff because he had the liquor, Jay-Z had a Ciroc. I mean, Diddy had a Ciroc. You would see them going back and forth on social media. I remember the one time when French Montana had 50 Cent liquor and he was dumping it into the trash can, like just effing vodka. That's what it was. Effing vodka. He was throwing it into the trash. So we just thought that they were just fighting over liquor, but it seemed like the whole time 50 Cent could have been on to something.
Yeah, it does. And 50 has a way of doing that. He jokes about things and how you looking at him, and then he come back and he be like, yo.
He was on it.
He was on it.
Facts.
Didn't participate. I also didn't go to those parties.
Yeah.
So a lot of the celebrity culture that you don't hear saying anything is because they participated.
So this is why many people have been pointing the finger at Jay-Z and Beyonce, suspecting they had some sort of involvement in the Diddy situation. Things got even more serious in the past 2 weeks when Piers Morgan had Jaguar Wright, a singer who's worked with Jay-Z, on his show to discuss the Diddy situation. During this interview, she brought up her opinion on Jay-Z and Beyonce's suspected involvement.
Dream Hampton spearheaded the Surviving R. Kelly campaign, which fueled the Me Too campaign. And that was all funded by Sean Carter to make sure that Robert Kelly went to jail.
Damn.
Get his lick back. Why is nobody...
No, like, I don't be wanting jail, wishing jail on my worst enemy. That's not a place you would want anybody to be at. You know what I'm saying? Like, if he didn't really do something to hurt you or your family,
harm or danger,
why would you want to see him in that predicament?
It takes a lot to want to throw somebody in one of them boxes, bro.
Yeah. And for like almost, he got 30 years? He got 30. It's crazy.
Understanding that Dream Hampton
like 70, 80.
was being financed and ran by Sean Carter. They were able to go and get all of these witnesses because he was there with Robert Kelly.
Damn.
How does Jay-Z sit down with Gayle King and she not ask him one question about the intersection between him and Aaliyah and Robert Kelly?
You cannot
because that was probably one of those questions like, don't ask me nothing about.
You can't just ask Jay-Z what you want to. We got publicists and stuff for that. These are questions you are allowed to ask them. They probably could even send over the question to Jay-Z that they was going to ask him before he even had the interview. Because everybody
and then Jay-Z probably sent some back. Now you're going to ask me these.
Yeah, just think in your lifetime how many Jay-Z interviews you really seen. He rarely does interviews, and I'm pretty sure if he does do one, it's going to be on his terms, not yours,
or where he wants to do them at.
Yeah, facts.
This is insane that people keep refusing to see what's right there.
To be clear, I couldn't find any articles that said that Jay-Z funded this docuseries, although I did see a few articles saying that Jay-Z declined to be interviewed for the show. She also said in this interview that Jay-Z and Beyonce are a nasty couple who do nasty things. Now, before I tell you what followed, I do think it's important to explain to you who Jaguar Wright is. Like I said, she's a singer who, despite putting out her own solo music, is probably most known for working with people like Jay-Z and The Roots. In the past 5 or so years, she has been making headlines quite often for making a variety of claims, like saying that Mary J. Blige is hiding her true sexuality, and she accused Common of essaying her, which got to the point where Common had to step in and make.
Yeah, that's crazy she said about Common. She said she'll be sleeping and Common keep trying to put his meat in her mouth.
Dude, that's wild.
While she was asleep. That's what happened.
Statement.
Man, God bless Jaguar. I really don't have any negative thoughts towards her. I was for surely disappointed and hurt when she said what she said about me because it wasn't true. And I know people that have experienced assault, and that's not anything to just say if it's not true. But I also just understand that she may be going through some things that I don't understand.
Over the years, she's made a ton of...
It's like, you don't want that on your name. You don't want that smut on your name at all, no matter who you are.
Yeah, good better.
Especially if it's not true. It's like, it's a crazy situation to be in. But the good thing about nowadays, you can respond to stuff quick. Like before, you have to wait till you put in the magazine and people get it like 3 or 4 months later.
Hopefully they still care enough to read the article.
But it's like now, time an interview go up, I could go on another platform and say something the next day.
Yeah, I could go directly to her.
Yeah, facts.
Of claims, and in 2020 had an interview with Real Life Productions that has over 2 million views where she is making tons of similar claims. And based on the reception, it looks like a ton of people believe her. In 2022, she even made the claim that Diddy forced a singer to perform fellatio on him. And keep in mind, this was over a year before people were constantly coming out with similar claims about P. Diddy. So there's 2 things that could be happening here. Jaguar Wright could have a deep knowledge of the music industry and its darkest secrets, or she could just be making as many accusations and claims as possible possible and occasionally getting some of them right. Someone on Reddit said,
I think they're doing this. I think they're doing that.
Yeah.
Just rolling the dice.
I mean, when you just like in the industry, you're gonna hear little stuff. Everyone's connected. The industry is not as big as people think it is. It's really a small amount of people that's in the industry circulating. Everyone talks. So I mean, I'm pretty sure that she did hear some stuff and probably embezzled some stuff. For clicks, because she do a lot of interviews, and you gotta keep stories going. You gotta keep giving people fresh information. So sometimes you might reach, or you might just what we call embezzle some of the information to get some clicks.
Try to make it look better than what it is.
Yeah.
She might be right about some of the stuff regarding Diddy, but I'm guessing a lot of it was already known in the music industry. And even a broken clock like Jaguar Wright is right twice a day. And similar to this person's perspective, many people in the actual music industry have written her off as mentally ill. Recently, she was arrested in Dallas for property theft totaling between $30,000 and $150,000 and claimed it was due to her speaking out. Look.
I bet she wish they embellished that number.
Oh, you stupid.
According to Vibe. So that's the important background information about Jaguar Wright. And after she went on Piers Morgan and made those claims about Jay-Z and Beyonce, she started a fire. It got to the point that Piers Morgan was reached out to by Jay-Z and Beyonce's lawyers. The lawyer said, Piers Morgan's irresponsible broadcast filled with lies is so far over the line that a legal ultimatum was warranted. Nobody acting under the guise of journalism can elicit outrageous statements from exploitative situations in an effort to drive clicks and not have to answer for that. Because of this, Piers Morgan...
Man, that thing was driving some clicks. That thing was like 2 million in a day.
Yeah, it was running for the clicks.
Facts. So if that's what they set out to do, they achieved it.
Yeah, they achieved their goal.
Apologized and trimmed a segment from his show.
Well, last week I interviewed Jaguar Wright, a singer-songwriter who's made claims about Diddy for years. Those claims had already received a lot of attention in the media across many platforms for many years. And that's the thing about platforms. The reality of the modern world is that pretty much everyone has a platform as long as they have something to say that other people want to hear. That's why we invited her on to be interviewed. The people making these claims have an audience with or without shows like mine. Well, Jaguar Wright unexpectedly made several serious allegations about Jay-Z and Beyonce during that interview. As I said in the moment, they were not present to respond or defend themselves.
They didn't have time. They got time today. They was on his heels, and like you said, they turned Piers Morgan uncensored to Piers Morgan censored,
because he definitely could not say everything he wants to.
Yeah.
Now they have. Their lawyers contacted us to say that those claims were totally false and have no basis in fact, and we've therefore complied with the legal request to cut them from the original interview. Editing interviews is not something we do lightly at a show called Uncensored. But, like the proverbial cries of fire in a crowded theatre, there are legal limits on us too. And we apologise to Jay-Z and Beyonce.
Again, there are two ways to take this. Beyonce and Jay-Z didn't want crazy and disrespectful misinformation like this on the internet, or they really did what Jaguar was saying, so they wanted to keep it quiet. Regardless, this only made the situation bigger, and the same day that Piers apologized, Jaguar again went on Real Life Productions for another interview. Again, she was stirring the pot and made an hour's worth of more huge claims, and also spoke on the theory that Jay-Z and Beyonce were involved in the death of Aaliyah.
I want you to think about this. Sean Carter is responsible for enacting Hype Williams to put Aaliyah on a faulty plane. To move her out the way as punishment for rejecting him. And so he could level up Beyonce, who was struggling. Let's just say allegedly that happened. Now I want you to think about 106th and Park with Mary J. Blige. Free, who is a victim of Sean Carter. Mary J. Blige, who is a victim of Sean Combs, are sitting there talking about the death of Aaliyah amongst each other. Think about that.
That's gangster.
You got a Diddy victim, you got a Jay-Z victim, and you got a superstar gone. They know what happened. And yet, they had to sit there and have that conversation like they didn't know who did it.
That would be crazy. If it was really playing out like that, like we all knew who was a part of it, we all knew what happened. We gotta get on national TV, act like we don't. That would be a wild situation.
That would be a wild situation. It'd be the most sinister thing you can think of, because that just means everything was plotted out to the T.
Yeah.
And everybody came back and just smile in your face.
Yeah, you would have to go revisit your whole childhood and just relook at everything completely different than you was looking at it.
You couldn't take anything for face value at that point.
Yeah, facts.
Allegedly.
This TikTok in particular got 15 million views with
15
damn near
million?
every comment
Be
saying they
yakking on
believe her.
TikTok.
Whether or not you believe Jaguar Wright's claims is entirely up to you, but she's been making headlines almost daily for some of the stuff she's saying. More recently, there was a guy named Jason Lee, a podcaster slash YouTuber slash TV guy who was in things like Love and Hip Hop, created Hollywood Unlocked, and has his own podcast called The Jason Lee Show. He made some big claims. He said on his podcast that Jay-Z called him to put out the flames. And he also said, Jay-Z, I know you're watching because you got people calling me. Stop having people call me. You can call me yourself. You know how.
It's like Kanye wanted Jay-Z to call him. Jason Lee wanted Jay-Z to
Peace
call
and
him.
quiet.
Everybody wanted Jay-Z to call him.
But he wanted him to make contact. Yeah.
But it seemed like Jay-Z don't be calling nobody.
It don't seem like he's reaching out.
Nah.
It's not his thing.
How to get my number. You got people calling me. Call me yourself because this right here
Call
is
me,
going to go
bruh.
viral. I will tell you, to the audience, if I do come up missing, all the calls I've been getting have been about him. Although I will say,
That's like,
how come everybody who talked to this man gotta leave a disclaimer like, if I come up missing,
it was Jay-Z.
It was Jay-Z.
That's strong words to say, especially in times that people already trying to throw dirt on people's names, and you just saying, yo, something happened to me. It was Jay-Z, like, even painting the picture more of, like, he's this type of God that people are trying to paint him out to be.
Yeah.
But when I seen that interview or that thing with Jason Lee, it seemed like he was, like, almost like wanting them to do more stuff for him personally. Like, you're not sending me, I went to the concert, you didn't bring me backstage, you're not sending me no liquor, you're not sending me no perfume. He said for free.
Yeah.
He didn't say like,
yeah, like, nah,
you're not giving me no freebie, so until y'all do that, I'm gonna seem like almost blackmail you to do what I want you to do. I don't know if he knew it came across like that, wanted it to come across like that, but to me it was kind of coming across like that.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. He wanted it to come across like. It looks like it was the better outcome out of the most of it.
Do what I say, I'm gonna keep going viral off your name.
Yeah,
that's what it seemed like.
Run that bag up.
He said it's gonna go viral.
It's going viral.
It's crazy.
That not too many people believe this guy. Someone said risking your life getting killed over some gossip is crazy, LOL. And many others said things like, Jason, nobody believes you. If attention seeking was an actual person, this would be it. Regardless, these theories have been going crazy all over the internet. And with all the clickbaity 40-minute videos that say absolutely nothing, I figured I'd summarize it and give you guys the facts. Beyonce has even lost a couple million followers this year, and many believe it's due to the controversy. While others think that it's just Instagram getting rid of inactive or botted accounts. So whether you love Jay-Z and Beyonce or you think they are secretly super evil, it's possible that
she lost a lot of followers right there. That's Instagram, but she still got like 315 million.
That's ridiculous.
She'll be alright.
She gonna be all right.
regardless of what you believe, Jay-Z and Beyonce may not be who you think they are. If you're curious about what other celebrities have said about Diddy over the years,
I thought this was an interesting video, an interesting watch.
Yeah.
I do like how he put the disclaimer out there.
Yeah, you have to these days.
Just to let you know, hey, I see the breadcrumbs, but I can't say all this is factual at the same time.
Yeah.
But let you use your own insight and thought process on coming to your own truth. I thought that was dope.
Yeah.
It's crazy that these circles that seem so big is really so small.
Yeah.
And it's just interesting to think who else's name will be popping up in different things as time progresses. But I thought this was a fun watch. What you think?
I thought it was a fun watch. Most of the stuff we heard before, and the only two things I never heard was Jaguar Wright say the word allegedly. She normally just speak, and I never heard the comment apology, not apology, but him clearing up his side of the situation. It looked like it was on the Breakfast Club. It was a crazy situation. He did let us know where some of this stuff was coming from, because I was wondering like where all the stuff is coming from. I think he did a good job of breaking down exactly where it started from and where a lot of other stuff was coming from. Can't wait to see what else comes from the situation. But until then, it's your boy Trey TV, and I'm out.